Oh, for a nice hors d'oeuvre, how about some stuffed artichoke hearts? I'm going to use a hot smoked sausage, spinach, not fresh but frozen, fresh basil, fresh parsley, garlic, panko breadcrumbs, pecorino romano cheese, a little white wine, dry white wine, some salty black olives, and the artichokes. Now you see these are kind of large for one person to pick up and eat. So if they're large like this, we're going to cut them in half and then stuff them. Nice size. But if you find small artichoke hearts in a can, you just stuff them, just make the hole right there and put the stuffing in there, and they stand up very nicely. But that's just a little bit too large for me. If it was on a buffet, I would do that way. So we'll go about sauteing the sausage with the other ingredients. I forgot the onion. We're going to put some onion into this also. So we're going to make the stuffing. I'm not putting any oil in there because the sausage has enough fat. And put the olives, everything is the parsley, the basil. As soon as this cooks up a little, I'm going to put the spinach. So we'll saute that. And actually this step won't take long. And I have a hot oven, 450 ready, because we don't have to cook the artichokes. All we have to do is brown the panko breadcrumbs on top and the item is done. So this will saute for a few minutes. So this is cooking very nicely, and even though I used a hot sausage, I still put cayenne pepper in there because this is an hors d'oeuvre and we want hors d'oeuvres to be a little spicy, very tasty, not bland like they are when you usually go to an affair. In a couple of minutes, that's cooking very nicely. I'll add the spinach. And this is going to be a loose topping. If I wanted it tight, I would sprinkle a little flour in there, but I don't. I want it loose. Allow that to cook for another minute or two. Then we'll add the spinach and taste it. Well, it's been about 4 minutes. And now I add the frozen spinach. See if the mix is balanced okay with the amount of spinach and sausage and everything else that's in there. Because I've never done this recipe before. I just look around for ingredients and I go, let me try doing this. So it's really on the fly. And if it works, then you'll be looking at it. Yeah, I like that. That's good. And we're going to put a little wine in there. Turn up the flame a little. I'm going to taste it and then add the pecorino romano cheese, which we're also going to put into the panko breadcrumbs for the topping of this. But that's good. My oven's been preheated at 450, so by the time this is finished, the oven will be ready. Let's taste this. Taste it, don't eat it. Thank you. Well, it's got enough salt, and it's hot enough, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. I just want to reduce some of the liquids in there. That's why I'm getting a high flame to dry this up just a little bit. Still want to retain the nice green color of everything. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now we're going to add the 2 tablespoons of the Pecorino Romano just into the mix here, and more that's going to go into the, like I said, with the breadcrumbs on top. Thinking back what I did here, I could have taken the parsley, which is in here now, and put it into the breadcrumbs also for a nice look. But since it's in already, I'm not going to chop more up. We'll see if that's enough cheese. If not, we'll add some more. Two more tablespoons. That'll do it. Shut this off. We are done with the mix. Now, as best you can, this is the difficult part, just take some of the, you can make this filling and wait till it cools also, and just place in there. Don't be cheap. If some falls off, it's okay. So that's what you do to this, and then in here we have the panko and the cheese. Usually, other type dishes, I mix butter or olive oil into the panko. I'm not doing it because I have enough grease in the sausage, and I just want this to quickly brown. So that's it. Make them all like that. Place them in the pan, and then we'll put them in the oven and see how nice they come out. Also, when you're setting up the artichoke hearts, there's a lot of liquid in there. So you cut these a couple hours ahead. After you cut them in half, turn them over either onto a rag or a wire rack so they fully drain. Watch what happens when I squeeze it. So the liquid coming out? We don't want that. So we made 4, 8, 12, 14 pieces. That would be 7 artichokes cut in half, 14 pieces, and still having enough left over, as you see here, for maybe another 10. So you can figure how much that makes. If you're having a party, it should be enough, depending on how many people. And now we'll go about baking them off. And if you didn't want to make a lot, well, you know what you can do with this leftover? You got some rice ready? You got some pasta ready? Just mix it in. Add a little virgin olive oil. You got a dinner. There, we're done. Nice golden brown color. 5 minutes at 450 and 5 minutes at 200. So that worked out well. But I still have to taste one. Give me a couple of minutes, they're too hot. Well, now that after we're done, and I picked one up and I ate it, it's for a guy, he can handle it, but for a woman, no. I would much rather use this as in a casserole dish. Serve it, with other items for dinner, so it can be put on a plate and eaten with a fork and a knife, not to be picked up in your hands.